Give it up for Richard one more time.
I think I'm good, yeah. Oh, that's bright. Whoa, that's bright. All right, so when I was 7 years old, I went with my family to a county carnival. I don't remember what kind of carnival or which county, but it was Halloween themed, and there was a scare house. And my dad said, "Hey, you guys want to go to the scare house?" And me and my sister, who was 4 years old at the time, kind of looked at the house and said, "Yeah, kinda." So he gave the tickets for entry to the person at the desk, and he said, "All right, you guys, go on ahead." And we walked up to the house, and we were already getting a little creeped out. There were scary sounds coming out. It was getting darker as we approached. And when we entered, it started with this long dark hallway where we couldn't see anything in front of us. So I had my arms on either side of the hallway to find my way and know when I should turn or whatever. My sister was clutching my shirt, the back of my shirt, and we were both pretty terrified at this point. We don't know what's happening. There's sounds, there's creaking floorboards. And eventually we get to a point where there's a flash of light to our left, and we both went, "Ah!" And we jumped, ran out the front, ran to our parents and said, "Dad, we don't want to go in there, we don't want to go in there." And my mom looks at my dad and says, "Oh, Eddie, I don't think this is a very good idea." And he says, "No, I already gave the guy the tickets, you have to go through." So we're like, okay, remember, we're 7 and 4. So we approach the house again, this time knowing that it's scary as fuck in there. And we happened to join a group of teenagers. I think it was 3 girls. And one of the girls saw that we were pretty terrified to go through this again. So she said, "Do you guys want to hold my hand?" We said, "Yes." This angel of a teenager with a brown hair ponytail ushered us into the hell that we were about to experience. So we go through the dark hallway again. We see the flash of light. We're like, okay, we knew that was coming. And then we eventually turn to the right to enter phase 2, which is a scenery kind of thing, where there's like a graveyard scene and there's hanging skeletons and a bloody jack-o'-lantern. And to a 7 and 4-year-old, it was pretty terrifying. And they were spurting mists of water on us, but we didn't know what it was. So we're like jumping, and there's sounds, and we're freaking out. And they had one of those boxes where you put your stuff into your hand inside. We didn't know it was peeled grapes at the time, so I thought I was grabbing actual guts of something. So we're scared. We're still holding the hand of the teenager who is graciously walking us through. And we eventually end the scenery part to come to phase 3, which was a maze. Now, it was probably as simple as make two lefts and a right and you're out, but we could not figure this out to save our lives. And there were characters jumping out at us. One of them had a bloody knife. Another one had a bloody head. And another one had a roaring chainsaw. We're like, whoa. Now, I noticed at 7 that the chainsaw did not have a chain on it, but the sound was scary enough alone just to freak us out. But I doubt that my 4-year-old sister noticed that there was no chain on a chainsaw from this bloodied up character jumping out at us. So we're running around this very simple maze, but to us it may as well be the MC Escher room at the end of that movie Labyrinth, if you remember that. We're screaming, we're crying, we're running around, we can't find our way out. Eventually, they turn up the lights, and all the characters start pointing to the exit. And they say, "Go this way." We're like, okay. So we run out, there's a rectangle of light in front of us. We run out, we're crying, our faces are covered in tears, and both of our parents are at the other exit. My mom's crouched on the floor with her arms outstretched. My dad is kind of hunched over a little bit, also ready to accept a hug. And me and my sister both ran to my mother. No love for Dad. We kept on crying. We said, "Why did we do that? We don't want to go through that And my dad had the gall to look at us and say, "Did you have fun in there?" Thank you.